As a person who makes videos, I think it's bound to happen that the question of where do I find music for my videos gets asked. And typically we would go for royalty-free music, because in that case, once you secure the license to any particular piece of music that you are licensing, then that's pretty much the end of it. And when it comes to royalty-free music, although there is the word free in its name, of course there are some places where you can get tracks for free, like YouTube's audio library, but there are also service providers like Artlist that let you license these tracks for a fee. So if there's free tracks out there for me to use at absolutely no charge, why should I even bother looking at the paid tracks? Now that was the exact same mindset I had while I was editing my previous review, and it was of the DD4 Duo. In fact, if I pull up my editing timeline on my laptop here, so right here around the opening of the video, I absolutely intended right at this cut to include some music in. In fact, let me just play this segment for you.
Touching the microphone at all. How is this working?
This mic is the DD4 Duo. It's an on-camera mic that... So there is no music, which kind of makes the edit a little bit awkward. I was trying really quite hard to find a track that fits the tone of the video in the YouTube music library, but I was on there for about a whole hour just looking for music using filters, and I got desperate to a point where I just picked songs at random and see if they fit. Eventually, I ended up not using any music for that segment because I simply was spending way too much time not finding a single piece of music that I was happy with. And until today, you can still watch this review on my channel where my voiceover just kicks in after my intro awkwardly without any music. But the point that I'm trying to bring out is not that it's absolutely impossible to find a single piece of music that is half decent for your video from a free, royalty-free music provider. But from my experience at least, it is somewhat harder to find something that doesn't sound like elevator music on a free site when you compare it to a paid site like Artlist. And although Artlist is the sponsor for this video, none of these stories were made up. I'm just sharing my experiences as is. And now as a user of Artlist, after going through the catalog and studying the licensing terms, I've decided that Artlist is indeed a platform that I am comfortable recommending before I agreed to do this sponsored video for them. Now, just to further show the contrast between a free and paid music licensing service, here's a few short snippets of a few tracks that I thought were a bit more reasonable from the YouTube audio library. And now in comparison, here's the quality of the tracks that you could expect from Artlist. But licensing music from a paid platform could still sound a bit daunting to some users from a cost perspective, because if you were to license these track by track, they would still add up to quite a lot of cost. But the good thing about Artlist as a paid platform is they run it as a subscription, so you pay one flat fee and you get to license unlimited tracks, as many songs as you like, for as long as your subscription is active. So right off the bat, you already know how much you are going to be spending on music without any hidden charges. There's no premium tracks that you have to pay extra for. As long as you pay the subscription fee of $199 a year, you are free to just pick songs off their library that they are also constantly growing. Now, $199 a year may still sound like a lot of money to be spending on music, but I have personally licensed one track for a short film that I've done before, and to license one track for a single-use restricted license, I have paid the same amount as the annual subscription to Artlist, which lets you download unlimited amounts of tracks. And the type of license that Artlist grants you for that subscription is a personal plus commercial use license, further justifies that $199 price point. Because typically when you license a track for commercial use, which means you are using the music in a project that you are charging your clients for, it would add up to a lot more than $199 for one license. And depending on the terms of the license, typically you would only be allowed to use that track that you paid good money for in one single project only. If you wanted to use that same piece of music in another project, you would have to license it all over again. That is not the case with Artlist. You get a proper commercial license when you pay for the subscription, which means you are cleared to use these tracks, of course, on YouTube, but you can also use them in podcasts. You're allowed to use them on a TV show, and you're even allowed to use them in video games. So especially if you are making videos as a business, Artlist really can pay for itself and even save you quite a bit of money when it comes to licensing music. And one burning question I personally had as well is what happens to my license after my 1-year subscription term ends? Do I lose all rights to use the music in my videos? Do I have to take my videos down if I do not choose to continue paying Artlist my annual subscription fee for every year onwards? Well, I've actually cleared this up with a representative from Artlist, and they've reassured me that as long as you have downloaded the music within your active subscription period, even after your subscription ends, you still have the rights to use the music and the license is still valid. So this is your beautifully designed website, and to show you how easy it is to find a track from their website, I'm going to look for a track in here to place in my review that never got any music. So I'm looking for a track that feels joyful and slightly excited, but not overly energetic. So I'm going to go to mood, and I'm gonna look for carefree. And these are my choices. Okay, this is good, but a bit too much energy. This is a bit too laid back.
Too many days in the darkness.
Okay, this is vocals. If I wasn't talking over it, this would have been pretty good. You know what? I'm just gonna go with this. Add that to cart. Checkout. And it looks like I'm about to pay for the songs, but once I hit checkout, it's already here for me to download. So I'm going to download the WAV version of the song. And here it comes. And I'm just gonna drop that in. Now look how much nicer it is with music.
The microphone at all. How is this working?
This mic is the DD-D4 Duo. It's an on-camera mic that's actually so much better. So if you're a person who makes videos, that's Artlist for you. It might very well be your answer to the question of where do you get music for your videos. And if you sign up for Artlist using my special link, which is down in the description, you will get a bonus. You'll get 2 extra months added to your annual subscription. Aside from Artlist, they've also launched a separate platform for licensing stock footage called Artgrid. That is a separate subscription, and instead of licensing music, you are licensing high quality video clips, because sometimes on a project, it could be due to time or locations restrictions where you cannot afford to personally go out and film some footage, or sometimes it's simply cheaper to license the footage than to hire a crew to go and film it. Comparing Artgrid's collection of stock footage to the competition, I do personally feel that Artgrid tends to give you a larger selection of clips that look a bit more towards the cinematic side of things, which I do personally prefer. If you're interested to sign up for Artgrid, I do have a link for that as well, and same offer applies. You get 2 extra months bonus added to your subscription if you sign up using my link. And that's it for today. Make sure you subscribe, and if you like to watch more of my videos, you might want to check out these ones on the screen over here.